Welcome to the Mind Body Manifest podcast. I'm your host, Laura Gilly, certified mindset and manifestation coach, yoga and meditation teacher, and wellness retreat leader. This podcast is your go-to space for all things spirituality, subconscious reprogramming, manifestation, personal development, and entrepreneurship. I'm here to help ambitious women and female leaders like you step into your fullest potential so you can impact the world with your unique gifts and create the life of your wildest dreams. Each week, we'll dive deep into soulful conversations, actionable strategies, tools, and mindset shifts that will help you up-level your reality and create success from the inside out. So if you're ready to elevate your mind, heal within, and manifest unstoppable success, you're in the right place. Let's go. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Mind Body Manifest podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and today we're diving into the law of polarity, one of the most powerful universal laws. And I think this is perfect time to talk about this universal law because we are also sitting in the energy of the Fall Equinox in Libra. And the equinox is the moment when day and night are equal. There's this perfect balance between light and darkness. And Libra season is really all about harmony and alignment and your relationships, which means the themes that we're talking about today, duality, balance, finding alignment within opposites, are just really amplified right now. So if you've been feeling stuck, like you're pulled in different directions, or even just sitting in a lot of contrast lately, this episode is going to give you so much clarity. All right, so let's dive in. So what is the law of polarity? The law of polarity says that everything has an opposite, light and dark, hot and cold, abundance and scarcity, ease and struggle. Like you cannot know one without the other. There are always two sides to the same coin. And polarity isn't really about like labeling one side as good and the other side bad. It's just about contrast. And honestly, contrast gives us clarity. So if you've been stuck in lack, it sharpens your desire for abundance. And if you've been like misaligned, it helps you to get crystal clear on what alignment really looks like and feels like for you. So think about it this way. You wouldn't even recognize freedom if you never felt stuck, and you wouldn't appreciate all the joy and the love in your life without having also experienced like sadness. It's the duality within our life that makes life so rich and meaningful. If everything were the same all the time, we wouldn't truly appreciate it because we wouldn't really understand the meaning of it. And here's why this matters. So when the fall equinox is in Libra, this is like the universe is showing us a cosmic mirror of polarity and balance. So equal light, equal dark. It's just a reminder that both are necessary and both can exist within us. So nature just is this really beautiful mirror. I always like to look at what's going on in the cosmos or what's going on within nature, within the seasons, because it's always like reflecting back to us things within ourselves. So this is really the perfect invitation for you to pause and ask yourself some deeper questions. What needs to be released or shifted in my life to create more balance? Where are the scales tipping too far? Maybe into overworking, or maybe I've been people pleasing, or maybe I've been sitting in self-doubt. How is my current unwanted situation actually giving me the clarity on what I really want to do instead? So Libra energy is asking us to stop resisting the duality and instead find harmony within it. The equinox is like a reset button, reminding you that if things feel imbalanced right now, you have the power to recalibrate, to shift it, to find that balance that you truly need. And we tend to see polarity like everywhere in our daily life. It's literally how the universe teaches us, helps us grow, and guides us towards clarity. So with money, for example, when we're experiencing financial stress, we feel really uncomfortable, right? But that discomfort is the polarity showing up. It's the contrast that sparks creativity. It pushes you to get really clear on what you actually want, and it will force you to think outside the box. So if you have been struggling financially, maybe you start a side hustle. You start to get a little more creative, right? With how you can start to bring in money. Maybe that means a pivot in your business or in your career, or maybe it pushes you to finally launch the offer that you've been like hesitating on. And the scarcity or struggle you're experiencing isn't punishment. It's just the setup. It's like the catalyst for the breakthrough towards abundance. And the same thing goes in relationships. So when you've experienced heartbreak, or there's like a misalignment within your relationships, or you're experiencing maybe conflict, that can feel really hard in the moment, right? But those experiences are showing you what needs to shift. So it could show you what you're no longer available for, what you no longer need to accept. It might show you where you need to make an internal change. Maybe it's showing you where your wounds are being triggered, where you have fears of abandonment or not being enough or not being loved or accepted. And when you're shown those, when you're mirrored those wounds within your relationship, it can spark the shift and change within yourself. It can push you towards working on yourself on a deeper level to heal those core wounds, to release those limiting beliefs, to start to rewire your mind and body so that you can start attracting the types of relationships that you truly desire to experience. It can just help you to get clear on the kind of love, the friendships, the partnerships that you want to have, the ones that truly support you and uplift you. So polarity within your relationships can teach you boundaries, how to hold better boundaries, how to have better self-worth, how to use discernment in your life. It's what allows you to magnetize the relationships that feel expansive instead of draining. And within business and personal growth, the same thing goes. So you might experience a slow season or obstacles, maybe creative blocks that feel like you're failing, when really you're not. It's those slow seasons, like things aren't working. I'm not attracting the right clients into my business. I'm getting lots of objections. All of that polarity gives you the space to recalibrate, to shift. These low energy periods are often when the biggest downloads happen. Like you'll get new ideas or insights or strategies that move you to the next level. It might point you in the right direction towards, okay, maybe my marketing isn't working. Maybe I need to shift my strategy. Maybe it's the way I'm communicating about my offer or my business that isn't in alignment. It's not attracting the right people. When you start to feel that lull, you'll start to get creative. Maybe I need to find the right mentor to help me to strengthen those aspects of my business, to bring in the right people. So it's not that experiencing the lulls and going off track is bad, right? It's all just feedback, and it's giving you perspective on what's not working so that you can pivot into what's actually aligned with your purpose, with your soul, that's going to help you to get to that next level. So anytime that you feel stuck, frustrated, uncertain, polarity is at play. Just remember, the law of polarity is always happening. And instead of seeing it as a bad sign, trust that your discomfort is showing you the contrast between where you are and where you want to be. And it's just the universe's way of handing you a roadmap to your desires. You just have to recognize it. And the key here is to stop labeling your lows as failure because they're not. Any diversion off your path or low that you're experiencing is just your teacher. They are guideposts pointing you towards what's next. And when you learn to see the low moments as part of the polarity that shapes your clarity, you stop resisting life and you start flowing with it. And that's really where true transformation happens. So one of my clients came to me, I'll give you an example here. When she felt really stuck in her life and her business, she was a new mom, she was exhausted and just like unclear on what needed to shift, but she knew something needed to change. And the work she was doing in her business wasn't really lighting her up anymore. And she wasn't sure if she needed to pivot her business completely, go back to the corporate world. She was telling me how everyone in her life was trying to give her advice, and she just didn't know what to do. And instead of just giving her advice, I guided her through some subconscious breakthrough questions to get to the root of her fears and limiting beliefs. And what we uncovered was pretty powerful. As a child, she had shut down her inner voice to protect herself from being judged. She really wanted to fit in, so she learned to hide parts of herself. And that pattern followed her into adulthood. She trusted her intuition enough to start an online business. Like she knew she wanted time and financial freedom and to truly help people, but she was hiding the spiritual side of herself, the woo-woo side of herself that she truly loved. And she built a business around something that wasn't really aligned with her true self. And when she didn't succeed, she ended up creating this limiting belief. I can't trust myself because my intuition led me to fail. But the truth was she just wasn't going all in on what she truly wanted. And this was like a layered wound that we uncovered. It related back to her third eye chakra, which was blocking her clarity and trusting her intuition. But it was also a misalignment in her solar plexus chakra, which is really all about your self-worth. And she had this fear of being rejected, about hiding who she truly was. And once we got to the root experience of where this happened and we rewired it, everything shifted. She started receiving more intuitive downloads on where to pivot. She started to get crystal clear on her purpose. She shifted her business direction and she just started feeling so much more alive and motivated again. Content started pouring out of her with ease. And now she has this amazing, thriving business that feels so aligned with her soul. And my point here is that this is the power of healing at the root. It's the perfect example of experiencing polarity in action. So she was feeling the contrast. She was feeling stuck and a sense of failure, but it wasn't the end. It was just the portal to more clarity and alignment and abundance. And so the takeaway here I want you to receive from this episode is just that polarity teaches us how to hold both truths at once. And this is true for everything. You can be grateful for where you are and still want more. You can feel the fear and still take courageous action. You can sit in uncertainty and still trust that clarity is coming. So you will begin to thrive in your life when you live in the both and, not the either or, but when you can hold both and. We are complex human beings and we have the capacity to hold both. So I want you to think about this and maybe you journal on this question. If what I'm experiencing, this challenging moment, is the contrast, what clarity can I receive from it? What direction is it pointing me towards? Maybe you place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just take a slow, deep breath in. And remind yourself, I can hold both the light and the dark. I am balanced. I am complex. I am whole. and just know that you can hold both. This anchors you into the energy of the equinox and the lesson of polarity, the law of polarity. So if you're feeling like you're in the dark right now, if things feel a little heavy, or maybe things are feeling unclear, just know that it's not the end. It is polarity creating clarity, and know that the scales will balance again. You get to use this moment as a launch pad into deeper alignment. And if you're ready to go even deeper with this work, I want to invite you into my new 12-week program, Aligned and Abundant. Inside this live coaching program, we're going to move through the 7 chakras, the 7 energy centers of the body, to heal the blocks keeping you stuck. Release the old patterns and rewire your subconscious mind so that you can step fully into the woman who is aligned, magnetic, and thriving in all areas of her life. Just like the equinox, this is about creating balance and alignment and harmony within yourself so that your external reality can reflect that back to you. As within, so without. Your inner reality creates your external reality. If you want to experience more alignment and balance in your life, you have to start by creating that within yourself first. If this is calling to you, I want you to check the link in the show notes to join us. I would love to support you in turning your current contrast into your quantum leap. Thank you so much for listening today, and I will see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mind Body Manifest podcast. I hope today's episode brought you clarity, inspiration, and some powerful takeaways. If you loved what you heard, don't forget to share it with a friend who could use this message. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'd also love for you to rate and review the show. It helps get this message out to more amazing women just like you, and I truly appreciate every single bit of your support. Until next time, keep elevating your mind, healing within, and manifesting your most abundant life.